Good morning, student. Welcome in the Department of Zoology, Gandhi College, Kada. I am Dr. Vishal Vaidya. I am going to talk with you a very interesting fact of the zoology. Whenever we are studying zoology, we are studying life. But the problem is that we don't know the everything about the life. So what? We have a lot of questions. How we evolved? What is our process of evolution? What is God? Where is God? Can He given us a life? What is life? And how the life came on the earth? What is earth? Different questions came in our mind. So what? Today I am going to discuss with you the basic thing of the evolution. What is evolution? Evolution means how we evolved. Evolution means the study of different aspect of origin of life. Evolution means the study of different systematic planning of life. In this evolution paper, we are going to discuss the chapter first, that is origin of life. Everyone has a question in the mind that how we evolved, what is our origin, how we live in earth, how our forefathers they live on earth. This is basic questions, those are the basic questions in our mind. But now, when we live on a beautiful planet earth, called as earth, along with a wide variety of the plants as well as animals and other organisms. Our earth, however, is a part of a vast universe. The universe is about 15 to 20 billion years old. The age of the earth is approximately 4 to 5 billion years, while human being evolved only around 2 million years ago. Now, in this lesson, you shall learn how the earth originated, how it got its own environment, and in what ways human being evolved. Now, the earth was formed about 5 billion years ago. At that time, it was extremely hot. The existence of life is in any form at that high temperature was not possible. As such, two questions arise in the pertaining of the life, that how did life originate on the earth, and how did primitive organism evolved into a new forms, resulting in the evolution of a variety of organisms on the earth. The origin of life means the appearance of the simplest primordial life form, non-living matters. The evolution of life means the gradual formation of the complex organism from the simpler one. Now, different scientists they put different theories for the origin of earth. Some theories they are non-scientific, they are just based upon the hypothesis, but some scientists they keep their views on the experiment and the scientific basis. Today I am going to discuss with you that one theory that is based on the experimental and scientific basis, that is chemosynthetic theory of origin of life, or it is also called as chemical theory of origin of earth, also called as the operant concept. Why? Because several theories have been put forward to explain the origin of life. The widely accepted theory is the chemosynthetic theory of the origin of life, and that theory is proposed by A.I. Operin. So what it is called as the theory of Operin or Operin concept of chemical life. Other theories such as the theory of spontaneous generation and the history of the importance only. But the chemosynthetic theory is purely based on the experimental basis and scientific zeals. The chemosynthetic theory, we will discuss one by one the theme and the partitioning of the chemosynthetic theory. Life might have originated at first on earth through a series of combination of the chemical substances in the distant past, and it all happened in water. Life originated about 5 billion years ago. It was initially made up of hot gases, vapors of the various chemicals. This is a structural appearance of the earth when it started to evolve. Now gradually the hot becoming cooled down and a solid crust was formed. The early atmosphere, they contained ammonia NH3, water vapors, that is H2O, and hydrogen H2 and methane CH4. At that time, there was no free oxygen. Underline this word. When the evolution started, that time there is no free oxygen in the atmosphere. Only the atmosphere, they contained ammonia, water vapor, hydrogen and methane. This is a systematic sketch. What are the first contained things in the atmospheric air? Those are the four: ammonia, water vapor, hydrogen and methane. But there is no free oxygen. This sort of atmosphere with the methane, ammonia and hydrogen is still found on the Jupiter and Saturn. Heavy rainfalls on the hot surface of the earth, and over a very long period the water bodies appeared that still contained hot water. Methane and ammonia form the atmosphere dissolved in the water of the seas. That's why now if the scientists, they are screening the animals and the plants and the algae from the sea water, from the marine water or from the marine diversity, they got the compounds which having the methane and ammonia the parts. Now in this water the chemical reaction occurred and give rise to ammonia acid, nitrogen bases, sugars, fatty acid, which further reacted and combined to give rise to biomolecules of life such as the proteins, nucleic acids. This is a way of the systematic scaling of the evolution of life. Now I am showing you the figure which showing you the primitive condition on the earth. Look at that sun, ultraviolet rays they are coming, then the ammonia, methane and the hydrogen, nitrogen, water vapors everywhere in the atmosphere. And this is an structural appearance of the primitive earth condition on the earth. Now the probable stages in the origin of the life of, this is next our discussion, that is first stage. How the probable stages are appeared. In the first stage, the source of energy where the ultraviolet rays or the electric discharge or the heat. This is the first rank, that is source of energy where the ultraviolet rays or the electric discharge, means lightning or the sparklings or heat. This is a source of energy. Now next point is either alone or a combination of these energy sources caused the reaction and that produced complex compounds including the amino acid from the mixture of ammonia, methane, water and the hydrogen. I am going to discuss on you the first stage. The ammonia acid are the building block of proteins which are the main component of the protoplasm. Now in front of you again I am showing you the figure that is actually the apparatus used by Stanley Miller and Harold C. Urey to demonstrate the synthesis of amino acid under the condition that existed on the primitive earth. Here the Stanley Miller and Harold C. Urey in 1953 they make a setup, an experiment with an airtight apparatus in which the four gases, namely ammonia, methane, water and hydrogen were subjected to an electric discharge for 1 week. I am going to repeat you this. This Miller's Urey experiment, they are what they make in 1953. They make four gases, they keep the four gases in the apparatus, in tightly fit apparatus, ammonia, methane, water and the hydrogen. They were subjected to an electrical discharge for 1 week. On analyzing the liquid, they found a variety of organic substances in it, such as amino acid, urea, acetic acid, and the lactic acid. This is how the first primitive stage will be formed on the earth when the heat is the source of energy. Now, what is second stage? The simple organic molecules combined to form large molecules, which included the peptides leading to the formation of the proteins, sugars, starch, and the fat molecules. This is the second stage where the simple organic molecules combine to form large molecules, which includes the peptides. They are the leading to the formation of proteins, sugars, starch, and the fat molecules. Now, in the third stage of our discussion, by the experiment of the operin in the chemosynthetic theory or in the chemical theory of evolution, the third stage belongs to the large molecule of different kind combined together to form multimolecular heaps or the complexes. What it concluding? The large molecule of different kinds combined together to form a multimolecular heaps or the complexes. The simple or the some simple fat molecules arranged themselves around this molecular complex in sort of a membrane. It was observed in the laboratory experiment that when such complexes reached a certain size, they separated from the surrounding solution in the form of what were termed co-assertive drops of the microscopic size moving in the liquid with a definite boundary. The co-assertive means heap referring to the combining together of the molecules, co-assertives, combining of the molecules. The co-assertive, like the aggregates, were probably the precursor of the first living cell. Note down that the precursor of the first living cell is called as co-assertives. Now, some of the metabolism could occur within these co-assertives with synthesis of certain substances and breakdown others. Latter means after the breakdown, that is breakdown reaction, could provide the energy. Some of the easiest form or some of the earliest formed proteins might have acted like the enzymes and could have affected the rate of reaction. It is also believed that the RNA molecule might have shown the enzymatic activity in the primordial soup of the chemical compound. Whatever be the primordial soup is obtained, in that the RNA molecule, they might have shown enzymatic activity. Such molecule they have termed ribosomes. Now, the fourth stage is a very elemental and very important stage, because now the evolution starts from first, second, third. Now we are coming in the fourth stage of the evolution process. Some sort of the nucleoproteins or the nucleic acid may have evolved by random combinations which have provided to more properties to the co-assertive like bodies, means the chemical soup. These include chemical reactions from the nucleic acid and the capacity to reproduce through a duplication of the nucleic acids. Thus, the cells were produced that could be called the simplest primordial cell. What is that? The cells they were produced, that cells are called as simplest primordial life or the cells. The primitive drop like forms of the life were all heterotrophs. They are all heterotrophs, unable to manufacture their own food. Heterotrophs, they prepare their own food, but the primitive drop like forms of life were all are heterotrophs, unable to manufacture their own food, but derived it from the environment. They are derived those things from the environment. One of the innumerable changes in genetic makeup of the primitive heterotrophs lead to the formation of the chlorophyll. This is again a very interesting and very informative and very important line for you. One of the innumerable changes in the genetic makeup of the primitive heterotrophs lead to formation of the chlorophyll. The green coloring matter of the leaves, they are called as chlorophyll molecules. The chlorophyll bearing unit of life for the first time started using solar energy for production of food, as well as for the first time started liberating free oxygen into the atmosphere. Like that, first of all, the heterotrophs lead to form the chlorophyll, that is green coloring matter of the leaves, and that chlorophyll take a energy from the solar energy and they produce a food, as well as first time started liberating free oxygen in the environment. In the first stage of evolution, Opiran explained there is no free oxygen, but now in the fourth stage, the free oxygen will come in the atmosphere. Now, when the atmosphere is fully formed with the oxygen, early atmosphere of Earth has no free oxygen, the forms until they could at best only anaerobic. The chlorophyll bearing organisms later released a free oxygen which give greater possibilities for life to evolve. Thus, the simplest form of life originated through 4 main stages. Thereafter, a wide variety of organisms came in existence through a biological evolution. Now, the biological evolution starts when the oxygen came in the atmosphere. Now, in front of you, I am showing you the figure, the steps of the event which lead to the origin of life, where the molecular aggregation is formed, where they aggregate with the nucleic acid and the possible respiratory mechanism is formed, where the first 2 cells and bacteria like able to respire, where the primitive viruses like structure is showing you, the protein plus nucleic acid is formed, modern viruses are formed, even if the modern protists and the multicells are formed, photosynthetic organisms are formed. This is a figure which is showing you the event which lead the origin of the life. Now, this figure again depicts the probable stages of origin evolution of the life or beings. Now, this is how the origin of life is start. So, I think you understand betterly. If you have any questions, you ask. Thank you.